It's interconference time for these Grizzlies as they come in as the visiting team. We welcome you to Noche NBA here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. You look at Orlando, and they're 18 games off the lead. Not the best team in the league for sure, but more than capable of winning on any given night.
And it's the last time they'll see these guys. A two-game season series, and after losing that first one, I'd expect them to play with a little extra added motivation.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, they want this win bad. Trust me, whenever you're playing a team 4 times or just twice, you never want to get swept.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Caspi is out there with Griffin. And it's Marc Gasol. Then it's AI. And it's Harrison in at the 1. Well, Chris, right around this time of year, these teams are trying to maneuver around the injuries they're being afflicted with. That's a tricky dance sometimes for these teams.
Oh, man, it's such a tricky dance, especially for the coach. How do you get your player rest? Is a player injured or hurt? How do you separate or define that? Because you never want a guy to play injured. And the length of the season, Kevin, it takes such a big toll. But that's what's so fair at the end of the season. Everybody's tired. Everybody's injured. Everybody must adjust. That's what makes the playoffs special. That's the wild card thrown in. Fatigue and injury, and how can you handle and adjust it?
Great answer. And that one drops for him.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Kicks it to Caspi. Here's Reyes. And another miss by Memphis. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Grant the pass to Frazier. Back to Grant. Pass to Gordon. And here's Frazier. Shot clock at 5. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Vucevic has got his first basket of the night.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
Memphis moving that ball around. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And the chemistry Griffin has with his teammates, he's so good at realizing when to jump for the alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed, what a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. They grabbed their own miss. Bucket is good.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. Doesn't matter which end of the floor it is either.
Harrison kicks to AI. Inside. And Griffin scores. The assist by AI. Griffin's got his second bucket of the night.
A big problem for the defense inside. I mean, once Griffin gets established, he's comfortable shooting the ball.
Magic have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Grant surveying the D. Passes it to Vucevic. Over Gasol. And it's Vucevic missing. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
And it's the Magic with the ball after Memphis gets the 3. Grant the pass to Frazier. Some solid defense right there from Reyes. Memphis leading by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Down low, it's stolen by Vucevic. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Grant kicks to Vucevic. Over Gasol. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
What an athlete this guy is. Griffin making dunking look so easy.
The Magic trail by 5. One thing Blake Griffin's teammates, Chris, talk about is the leadership he brings the team.
This is a role he's comfortable in. A 5-time All-Star. He's a hard worker, mature. That's something every team needs.
Bamba is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And Vucevic kicks to Frazier. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. Caspi passes to Harrison, feeds it to Griffin. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
A chance to check out AI here. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 41 points, 11 assists, and almost 2.5 steals. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Harrison kicks to AI. Over in the corner, Gasol. Back to AI. To the wing right side. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. Let's take a moment to show you some young men that have really picked up steam here in the second half of the season. These are the leading rookie scorers since the All-Star break. You look at AI, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
As this season progresses, you can see his confidence growing. Sometimes you forget that he's just a rookie. I mean, he looks very confident and poised with his approach to the game.
Now, here's Grant. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And they kept fouling him. I mean, it only made him more aggressive. He wound up having a huge night at the free throw line. Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
Here's Reyes. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. AI's got his second basket of the night. The Magic trail by 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes before the game. Now, they lost the first game against this team, but the coach said he's not worried. He thinks they just have to rely on their offense a little more. He told me, look, the first time didn't go the way we would like, but I still think we can score against these guys. We have to keep the ball moving, and then we have to finish strong. They're trying to even up the season series at 1, Kevin. We'll see how they do. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, I agree, because they have to be the team that dictates the style of play in this game. I mean, they'll be much better off in a shootout instead of a slugfest.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball, following the bucket by Orlando.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Grant with the ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Fade away. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Here's Zeldin. They lead by 4. Over to the left wing. Griffin dishes to AI. Great D that time from Martin.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
To the inside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. His last 10 games have been exceptional. First in shooting percentage. And how about his top 10 ranking in free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. Lenz checked in for Blake Griffin. And Jackson gets it to go.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Grant outside for 3. Ross. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. As you look at Memphis, they've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors. They're just sitting one spot down, right on their heels.
And for the Grizzlies, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
Yeah, Greg, and early in the year, maybe they were catching some teams by surprise, but now everybody knows how strong they are, and they're still rolling along.
Here's Grant. Grizzlies making the shot. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
And barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
Ross with the steal. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That is his first foul of the game. Ken Burge is checked in for the Magic. Grant kicks to Ross. Six on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. AI right side. And the basket is good. AI's got 6 points.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
And so it's Memphis in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many. Marcus also appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of Spanish.
It's just fun. You can see more fans on the stands.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Oh, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
Grant is out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's Birch in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's who's out there for Orlando. Grant kicks to Ross. There's the pass to Martin. Over Green. That one off the back iron and out. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have the most buckets in transition since the All-Star break. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
You know, as the season wears on, the team that can stay fresh can take advantage. They continue to get out and run, and teams are struggling to keep up.
Birch, the pass to Isaac. Hands it from downtown. Isaac's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Grizzlies shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. The Grizzlies have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Then for the Grizzlies, Pachulia. He's checked in for Len. Caspi comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Harrison in for Selden. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Rockets lit up the floor. He finished with 54 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
Yeah, he was special. The biggest challenge for him tonight is that the defense will be ready for him. They saw what he did in the last game, just like the rest of us.
Here's Harrison. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Grizzlies lead by 15. Now, here's Grant. D right on him. Ross on the wing. To the paint. Here's Isaac. And he goes in for the dunk.
Impressed with his decision-making in these sets. Isaac knows where to roll to after setting that screen.
Here's Reyes, and AI throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
Here's Birch. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Isaac can't hit from 12. And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Harrison kicks to AI. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
One shot. He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Let's just call it what it is. Great body control on the lane, takes the contact, still knocks it in softly off the glass. I mean, that shot just can't be blocked the way he adjusted.
Aaron Gordon is checking in for Ken Birch, and Memphis also making a switch. Marc Gasol's checked in for JaMychal Green. You know, C-Web, every player wants to play in a system where what they do best is always highlighted. It brings out their strong points. What are some of the plays or actions that best suited your skills when you play?
One of the things that I needed was a great point guard. So whether it was Rod Strickland, whether it was Avery Johnson in Golden State, of course my man Jay Will, and that was guys that could get me the ball, that would trust, that would throw it up. Also, then that I could handle the ball, draw a double team, and get it out to them, and they could knock down the shot. Having a great shooter like Apasia would allow me to grab a double team and to look for him on the opposite side. So I needed teams that had great ball movement, that had players that could knock down the open shot, and then a team that could run would allow me to push the break or allow me to fill in the break and kind of do everything. Teams that would allow me to be positionless and not just be rigid or old in their ways and say we play old traditional basketball that doesn't allow anyone to flourish with what they've been working on in the offseason.
Frazier, he's checked in for Orlando. And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. Over Pachulia. And the shot is long.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Can you say poster? Those are some impressive ups. Way to go, vertical.
Frazier scanning the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Ross for 3. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 16-7 run. AI outside. Back to Caspi. He kicks to AI. Yes, that goes in. AI's got 22 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Bamba is checked in for Isaac. Griffin's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jackson comes in for Caspi. Here's Gordon. And Jackson with the block.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
Reyes, the pass to Gasol. Griffin trying to get open. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by AI.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Frazier dishes to Ross. From the arc. The rebound by Gasol.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
He's a minute close to the rim. When Griffin gets the ball in the position he wants, you got to whack him.
And the second free throw, good.
And Blake Griffin's drastically cutting down his mid-range jumpers. I mean, think about this. Instead of just mid-range, he's stepping out beyond the 3-point range. But I guess the percentages stack up in his favor.
Ross with a wide open look. Kept alive. Here's Vucevic. Misses in close. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. AI outside. No good that time. And Orlando will come the other way. And Blake Griffin said he isn't going to fall in love with a three-point shot. But, Chris, he wants to shoot it with confidence when he's left open.
I mean, think about power forwards in today's game. I mean, they're almost expected to have three-point range. He's still a threat in the paint, though. I don't ever think he'll be a spread four, but certainly a welcome addition to his game.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for the Magic. And Memphis also making a switch. Brooks checked in. Bamba passes to Gordon. Here's Frazier. And the wing jumper offline. And the Grizzlies leading by 23. Jackson kicks to AI. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 9 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Gordon. Nails the baby hook. Here's Harrison. Jackson dishes to AI. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 24 points for AI.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Frazier left side. 23 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Bamba. Ross on the wing. He has 7. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And that one's good. AI. AI's got 26 points.
Such a great passer, a great ball handler. Griffin is a 4 who can run the offense.
Ross for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. A dominating first half of basketball. And so...
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, and getting out on the open floor. Got some easy buckets, and then shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the... And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from AI.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven this far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Marc Gasol, Harrison out there with AI. Then there's Griffin, and it's Caspi in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Grant outside. Fires it up. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And that one's good, Harrison.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Grant outside. Vucevic down low. Defended by Gasol. Gasol against Vucevic. It's rebounded by Memphis. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Caspi with the bucket.
Oh, man, and for a taller guy, Caspi has some really nice handles. He is just so talented and very smart when he has the ball in his hands.
Frazier the pass to Grant. Dishes it to Gordon. Back to Grant. Kicks it to Vucevic. And stolen by AI. Here's Harrison. Rebounded by Vucevic.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Gasol passes to Reyes. And here we go with the Magic fast break. No good from Grant.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Griffin. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Magic have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Grant. Vucevic trying to get open. Can't cash in from close range.
Not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of the shooting.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to Grant. And he banks in the layup. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
AI kicks to Griffin. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Frazier right side. Here's Grant. No good with the triple. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Here is Caspi. Frazier covering. Shot from 12. Harrison passes to Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. AI, no good.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Isaac kicks to Grant. Back to Isaac. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Gasol's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And he gets the bucket. That's now 32 points for AI.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Chris, you look at Marc Gasol and how he has transformed over the years, gone from a big body inside to a slim and sleek center.
Well, think about it. Marc has been so effective into his latter years because of slimming down. He's focused on his health now, and it's helped his mobility and I say playmaking. I mean, look, this guy grows his own vegetables in his backyard. That's how dedicated to his health he is.
Harrison passes to Reyes. Lays it up off the glass. AI's got 34 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Gordon kicks to Frazier. Orlando moving the ball around. Vucevic with it. Gasol covering. Shoots a fader. They grab their own miss.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
A lot. I mean, they came in focused on winning the rebound battle, and they've done it.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I'd keep going to him again and again and again and again.
Looking to end the run. Grant gets a wide open look. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies to the middle. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Caspi. Caspi's got 5 assists tonight.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, you hear that? No, you don't hear anything. They silence the crowd with this big lead. No sign that they're letting up.
Off on the layup.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Grant outside. Pass to Frazier. Passes it to Gordon. Gasol with the steal. And here we go. Here's Griffin. It's hauled in by Gordon. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Isaac kicks to Grant. And Griffin, here we go. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Gordon. And that one drops. Gordon's got 6. 41 seconds left here in the third quarter. Harrison kicks to AI. Griffin passes to Reyes. Good on the bucket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Magic shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Grant finds Gordon. Over Harrison. And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they're winning the... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Then for the Grizzlies, Len comes in for Green, and AI is subbed in for Mack.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Grizzlies.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we have watched this team all season long play with such tenacity, with the wins piling up on the year. This will make it now 61 total.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for AI.
Their offense had a great flow to it because of how well he was moving the ball. His assists were way up there, and he kept everybody moving, working to get open.
They've got Grant. He's out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Aaron Gordon out there with Vucevic. And it's Birch in a power forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Free throw good, AI. So he gets them both. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dellavedova kicks to Grant. A floater. Rebounded by Selden. Here's Reyes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Clearly a foul.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for AI. And here is Grant. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Dick.
Big time. Dominate.
Exactly what it was.
What a play.